Hey, what's up? It's your DJ Feels Goodman here with an informative update having to do with interfaces. Now, I know this is kind of like an old subject, but I think it might apply to a lot of you still, so I figure I'll upload this and see if it's of use to anyone. So here I've got my Denon DS1, which is the interface I've been using here at my warehouse for doing a 2 turntables, 1 mixer with a laptop on Serato DJ type of setup. So one thing I've noticed when comparing the performance of the DS1 versus my home setup, which is a Pioneer DJM-S9, is that the latency scratching with this setup is a lot more noticeable versus the DJM-S9. So I was always kind of like, why is that? Is there something maybe with the driver, or maybe it's with the laptop? But now I know that it's actually the interface. So there might be a reason, of course, why this interface costs so much less than the Rane stuff. And I think part of it might have to do with the latency, basically how fast it can process the timecode vinyl, move the MP3 or AIF or WAV file or whatever have you, and spit it back out to your mixer. I think it just processes a lot slower. So recently I picked up this Rane SL4. It's upside down, but here's a Rane SL4 because I wanted to start doing 3 turntable mixing, and that was the product to use to do that. And while I had it, I decided to do a scratch test just out of curiosity. I was wondering if I would get better performance out of the Rane SL4 than I was getting with the Denon DS1. And lo and behold, actually, the latency scratching with the SL4 is a lot less than with this one. So I think that's something that hasn't really been talked about too much or at all. It's something new to me anyways. So for everyone out there that's still using an interface, especially people who are using a DS1 to scratch, and if you've ever felt like the turntable response has been just slow or hard to work with, then this is definitely something to look into. Now, I don't know if an SL2 or SL3 are going to be much better than this, but I would think that maybe they are going to be better than the DS1 in terms of speed of processing. So that might be something to look into. I definitely know at least that with the SL4, scratching is a lot more accurate. Now again, it's 2020 and most people are not even using interfaces anymore. You're probably either using a DJM-S9, again, which is my setup at home, or you're looking into the DJM-S, I believe it's S11, that Pioneer recently just released, and the delay on that's probably going to be even less. But if you want to do an interesting setup where you have a non-Pioneer mixer that doesn't have support for Serato natively, like my Zone 92 or say like a Zone 96, and you want to do some intricate scratches, then you might have to look into something like this, like a Rane SL4. And coincidentally, I looked on the Rane website and there are only a couple things that are still supported officially, and the SL4 is still listed as a current Rane product, whereas the SL3, SL2, and of course the SL1, which is irrelevant by now, but the SL3 and SL2 are listed as legacy products. So support on that one might be limited, whereas the SL4, I assume support is still fully intact. So just an informative video. I hope that was helpful for you if you've been having problems scratching with a Denon DS1. Just some extra stuff to look into and something that I discovered. So that's about it. And as Ella Skins likes to say, practice and enjoy. And I'll see you next time.